know, one kid has literally a screwdriver in his hand, and literally is just like, man, and just kind of like, you know. No, but that's the different thing in like the generations. Like our grandparents were raised totally different than we were.
Same thing.
Like
It's
a
just
GT500 is like the top model Mustang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's okay.
That's a Shelby. They also made like a Shelby truck and shit.
Okay, yeah.
Those things are badass though.
Yeah, they are.
Dude, the Shelby
I'll never drive a Ford, but
I really like the TRX.
It'd be kind of like your truck, just with a Mustang engine.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, like geared for racing. Yeah.
I feel like that'd be trouble. I feel like that'd be big trouble.
Could be, especially in a truck because the wide end is the back end is so light.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
those
saying?
beds are aluminum, aren't they? So it's not very heavy.
Something. Well, what's up, everybody? This is the DayToday podcast. We're here with Julian, Joey, our guest today, Connor. What's up, dude?
What's up? How's it
How
going?
we doing?
Good to see you guys.
How you
Good
been,
to
dude?
see you.
How you been, bro?
Good to see you. Good. It's been a while.
Welcome to the podcast, buddy.
Yes. My
Feels
name
good.
is Johnny. We all know each other. We all went to fucking school.
We did. I know. It's crazy.
So those were some good times. It's been a long time since we've all.
I know. It's been literally like it'd be 3 years. Like it was 3 years March, right? Because in 20.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, right.
Ain't that crazy, dude? It don't seem like we graduated
3
that
years.
long ago, bro.
Because it kind of was a fucked up graduation too.
It was.
just
We
like
had
the middle of
graduation
June, dude, out of nowhere.
In the
Like,
field, it was hot.
Oh, dude, our whole end of the school year was fucked.
Yeah, they just one day all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's this like virus going around. You got to go home.
So you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Never came back.
No, they had online school. At least I didn't have to do anything. But all my classes senior year were like them like joke classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the most
And
part.
plus, I did the work shit too.
Oh,
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah,
already
Work
out by
days
third hour.
anyways.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I did the Jeffco program too, so I would, I had to have the classes
Uh-huh.
too.
So what'd you go to Jeffco for?
I went to Jeffco for HVAC.
Yeah.
But
How was that?
It wasn't bad. It was like I said. So when COVID happened, that sucked because some of the classes were like cut short. Like electrical was cut short, which kind of sucked. Cause like that's obviously like a main part of it. So the electrical got cut short, and then I think because I think you take like 2 classes at a time. That's how it was, and I don't know what other class, and then so you just had to come up and take like a paper test to like pass electrical, which kind of sucks. You didn't get to like do all the stuff, which was kind of a bummer. But
Like no hands-on stuff?
yeah, so we got to, we were doing hands-on stuff, and then like COVID hit, and then it was like, you have to go home. So obviously we weren't coming in doing hands-on stuff. So then at that point it was just, we weren't doing anything for it because, we were just the high school students, like, I guess like kind of like, getting the privilege to go out there.
Right.
So then whenever everyone could come back and like wear masks and stuff, we literally just came in and did like a paper test. And that was like it. And it was like, that was kind of a bummer, but.
True.
I went to Jeffco for HVAC too. I literally stayed 2 weeks, and I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not, I mean, it's one thing. I mean, it's every trade, it has its good things and it has its perks. And
No, I did Kohl's.
What did you say?
No, I did Kohl's.
True.
Damn.
True.
I paint houses.
So,
You seen that movie, The Irishman?
Yes,
That's funny, man.
that's right.
Anyway, continue what you're saying. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say. So was the class like what you expected, or like how long was it, or?
So it was like, I went to school. So I go to school for like an hour in the morning, and then so like a bus picks you up, then you go out to Jeffco, and that was like 30-minute bus ride. So that was always nice to break up the day. But then, you go out to Jeffco, and then, you just go in a classroom, and then what's cool is you were at the school, you were in a classroom, but you were with, like, kids from all the different surrounding areas, so they were kids just from all the different areas, and you could, like, see the different, like, you could see the different areas of Jeffco,
Like demographics
for sure.
of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
Absolutely. There were country dudes, like, swagged out dudes, like, all types of stuff, and, yeah, there were just all types of different people there, and it was funny because you were just all like trapped in a classroom trying to learn. And then you could like one time these kids were arguing, and I swear that it was in like the lab. I guess it'd be considered the lab room. And these kids were arguing. They were just mouthing to each other, and then all of a sudden they start like kind of shoving each other, but like you can kind of tell it's like kind of like a serious shove.
Oh, shit.
And one kid has literally a screwdriver in his hand, and literally is just like, fuck you, man, and just kind of like, pokes it at him. The one dude's like, just poke me with a screwdriver, man. And then like the teacher came and like had to have a talk with him. Like nothing happened of it. It wasn't like kid got hurt or anything, but we like legit took this screwdriver and tried to poke him. And then we just all went back to class and like we were like, like making plenums and stuff. Like it was just like, that was like school, and then like it was cool.
So did they get in trouble? Or
No, I
they
mean,
just
like I
broke
said, it
up?
wasn't like kid got hurt or anything, but I mean, the kid literally just kind of was like, like just tried to poke him with a screwdriver, kind of, and, like,
He's like fencing with it, bro.
yeah, literally, and he just was kind of like,
Can't let you get close.
and I guess the teacher just had to talk with them, and then they all came in, and that was funny, like I said, but no, it was cool. I liked it actually. Like we made like 12 by 12 like squares of like like black iron, and they have like pressure test them, which
Black
was cool.
iron?
Like black iron pipe, or
Oh, okay.
and then, like twist them together and stuff, and then
Oh.
we like pressure test them underwater, which was kind of cool.
That
And
is
like
cool.
you just check for bubbles,
Huh.
but that was super neat.
That's
That was one of the fun things.
So after you graduated or got your certificate, because it was a certificate program,
Yeah.
did you like hop right into doing HVAC right away?
No,
or-
so actually I didn't. I was doing HVAC work before I had my HVAC certificate like completed. So I'm sitting in there, and my teacher's like, so there's a job opening for maintenance HVAC, obviously at a school district, and I'm just like sitting there, I'm like looking around, no one's like jumping for it. I'm just like, I think this is me, and I'm like, I go there, So he gives me this guy's number. It's a guy named Frosty, and I work with them at Windsor there, and I literally just call him up, and he tells me to come up to the central office at Windsor. And so I think I went there, literally at that day. Yeah, actually it was that day, I know it was. So I went there that day after class, and went to central office, just buzzed in, whatever, talked to them, and they pretty much were like, you can just go to school, work with your schedule, and, there was no like interview really. I just talked to the boss, and I was like, pretty much not like, pretty much hired, you know what I mean? They were looking for a person and whatever, so.
Somebody was willing
Yeah,
to
fit
take it.
fit the build, I guess. And so,
Yeah.
and then so November I started, and I was like working the next week like at the school where I literally just graduated from. So it's like one moment you're like going to the school, like hanging out with your
Man.
buddies, just like
Now you're getting
not
paid
worried
to
about
go
anything. Then
there.
you're getting paid to go there, but you're like getting also like going there to like literally fix the school. Like, you know what I mean? It's like crazy. Like,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you got to see places that you never even
oh
like,
yeah,
knew
yeah. I
existed.
mean, what
or-
was nice is you already knew pretty much. You know them buildings in and out.
Yeah,
Like if you
yeah.
guys went in there, you would know. I mean, like it's so much easier than like if you like didn't go to school there.
True, yeah, because then you'd
Oh,
have
yeah.
to
I mean,
relearn
you
everything.
knew everything, and then plus you know all the people, so the
Yeah.
working there like with the relationships are a lot easier. It's not like you have to meet new people and like
Yeah,
kind of
you
building
already
a
established. You already
relationship, yeah.
established pretty much. You know what I mean? Just talk to
Everybody's
people.
like, oh, hey.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Or it's easier to work with people or whatever. But no, like once you get the HVAC certificate, like I'm universally certified. Like I don't. Like I think it's obviously if you go to another state, I think you have to like get certified in their like through their state. But like as far as like in Missouri, like I can touch and work on like any HVAC equipment,
That's pretty sweet.
like commercial, industrial. But that's everyone that goes through a program like that.
Nice.
So
yeah, dude, that gets you like a step in the door for multiple different.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
aspects.
That's what you need. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could I could apply somewhere. And
It's
like,
just
Yeah,
that
you're
I have
building.
it's a
the-
great
you're building
basic.
something.
Yeah, you have
Exactly.
the
It's
paper.
nice and
Yeah.
exact. Yeah.
Exactly.
Doesn't necessarily mean you have like skill and everything. It's just like the paper. You went to school. You did it at least.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I feel
passed.
like the school scene, like maintenance scene, is totally different than like actual construction. Like new erections of buildings and different things like that.
Oh, it's
because-
definitely different because
Yeah.
like when you do maintenance, it's just like, I mean, obviously you do some jobs that are way, you could consider them big jobs, but it's just what jobs that you pick that like that you're gonna do or your boss picks, but like and you maintain something, it's way different than building something, obviously. But
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
And sometimes well, not sometimes. I feel like 75 to a good 85% of the time is like it's just 10 times harder to maintenance stuff or
Oh,
work on
100%.
broken shit
well, yeah,
versus
because when it's
new
broke,
and
yeah, because when you're assembling something, that's in a factory or whatever, you got guys in a workshop or whatever that know what they're doing, but then like when when something's broken, it's like like there's not a part that you can just
Yeah.
slide into something that's broken, so it's like
right.
you
And
know.
everything's already established. So
Mhm.
like everything's in weird places.
Yeah, that's
or
what I'm
it's-
saying.
It's
Or,
been updated and they had it, dude. It just gets so.
or it's worn into
confusing.
a certain way, and then
Yes.
it's you gotta. It's not exactly how it is on paper, but
Yeah.
I mean
Never
that's every day. It's never how it is on paper.
No, not at all.
Never.
Yeah, I usually like, even for like doing an outlet, sometimes, like, and somebody asks me like, oh, how long? I'll be like an hour. Only for the fact of like I know I can get it done in like 4 minutes, not even.
But
But
just the fact if something goes
exactly,
wrong.
dude. Because if
You
it's gonna
never
go
know.
wrong, it's gonna go
You never
wrong, dude.
know.
That's just a part of working. I feel like So I don't know. And then that's the difference between trades too, because like something like carpentry is
Yeah.
totally different, dude. Hanging drywall and all that other shit, like
Oh, absolutely.
versus
Yeah, especially if you've never done it. Like, you know what I mean? You think you can do something just because it like sounds simple. Then you walk up and do it, and you're like, all right. They're like, do it, do this.
oh yeah.
When you like have to do something specific, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're like, okay, maybe I don't know how to do it.
And that's the hard part too, is because a lot of people just assume, like,
Mhm.
sorry, I have something in my fucking eye.
You're good.
What's it called? A lot of people assume that you just know certain things.
Yeah.
And especially because we're at a weird time right now where there was like a whole generation that did not want to do the shit as far as trade work goes. So you're just stuck with a bunch of older guys who have been doing it for years. So some of the stuff that complicates your mind and complexes you, they don't even think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? So for them, they're just like, "What the fuck are you doing, kid?"
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, and they're like yelling, dude, and that shit sucks. So.
But then when it comes to something like technology or like computer wise, it's like, you know, that's the same them. They have no idea, and it's like we could yell at them, and be like, "What the fuck, you stupid!" Like,
Right.
you know, you could, but
You old fuck.
True, yeah,
You
but but that whole like ideology of being like that is just totally to the wayside. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and yell and scream at somebody. Like,
no, but
you know what I mean?
that's the different thing in
Yeah.
like the generation. It's just how they were raised. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
100%.
right? Yeah, it's
like
what
our
their
gra-
dads did.
like our
to them.
grandparents were raised totally different than we were. Like,
Yeah,
you know
my
what I mean?
grandma.
That's
She's
all.
crazy, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I live with my grandparent. You know how it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's just completely.
It's a different world.
Exactly.
It's a different world.
And it's so hard to, because I mean, let's think about it. The craziest fucking thing is that we can sit here right now in this room and put all of our fucking thoughts and knowledge out to the entire rest of
just
the world.
I mean, literally just like
just like that,
yeah,
dude.
just vocalize it, and then now it's out in the world.
Exactly.
And it's like, think of all the conversations our parents and grandparents have had that aren't
There's
right, just
nowhere
lost.
anymore.
They probably never remember.
No,
it.
never. And I'm not gonna lie. Like week to week, when we do post stuff or we have conversations, like I realize how much I forget if I go back and watch because I'm, because I'm like seriously, like I don't remember talking about that. You know, or like Gavin will text me and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, the part where you said this, and that." Well, when Gavin's editing, he's fucking watching it over and over and over and over, and it's ingrained in his head. But then, like when he texts us about it,
Like, what are you talking about?
yeah, I'm like, what? And then I have to go back and I'm like, oh shit, I did say
He
that.
fucking hates our voice.
Yeah,
I
he's
bet.
so tired. Of
I mean,
listening to
seriously,
him.
I mean,
He has to be.
I
at
mean,
this
think
point.
about it. Week to week, like that's crazy because this
Yeah, that's-
podcast wouldn't fucking run if it wasn't for him.
No, but you don't think about stuff like that. Like that's what I'm saying. That's the one thing. Like, you don't like when you graduate. You like everything. Like you actually got to like work behind it. Like it doesn't just magically happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you can't just, like, magically have a podcast. It's like, oh, I want to do a podcast. It's like, okay, well, you got to have a camera, you gotta, or at least some way to record. You know, you got to have,
Dude.
you know, like, topics. You got to, like, think of what you're going to talk about. You got to have a way to edit. Or,
Yes.
you know, you got to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't think about those things.
That was probably like one of the biggest startups is because like we're in over a year. And that we've
really?
been doing this. Yeah, but
Took longer than usual.
but everything that we've posted has been within the past 6 months. 3 months.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't, you
Because
know what I mean?
that's just, yeah,
You don't
dude.
realize the work, like, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't-
Exactly.
It's not just like you sit here,
You
like,
don't
all
wanna
right, we
put
have,
out
we have a
some shitty,
podcast.
you know?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you can't just, like, be like, oh, we, like, put something, you know, have a camera up or film something.
Yeah,
we have a
yeah.
podcast. Like,
Yeah,
oh, we
you
The
do
know,
amount of
yeah.
podcasts we have recorded that it just like
This
they're
is
just there and we just haven't
Yeah.
used them
Yeah.
because like we're just kind of like nitpicking everything.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd say we
that's
probably
crazy.
have like 4 or 5 that have just never even
Seen the day.
not posted.
not posted and what we have.
But dude, it's just a lot of work because
Wasted
like
time. But it's not wasted, I
See,
guess. It's
well,
practice.
Are they
You think-
edited or is it unedited?
some is,
Both
some
are
Some
mixed.
of them
yeah.
are, yeah.
Like
It's
it,
just tedious.
dude, it all
Yeah, it's just monotonous.
it all
Yeah.
rolls into each other because like you'll notice things like that was our biggest thing was we all liked podcasts before and we all watched a bunch of the major podcasts that everybody watches,
Mhm.
right? And so obviously the natural thing to do is compare yourself to those.
Well, yeah, that's just, you know,
And it just once you get that curiosity and you're like, okay, so why do we not sound like they do?
but then,
Well, then that tumbles into an entirely different section of learning audio.
yeah, that's what I'm
and-
saying. Stuff you don't even think about.
Dude.
It's not just sitting there talking like,
Exactly.
talk about, have good conversation with topic.
Who's disconnected?
Yeah, I think the
That's
front should
okay.
just slide. Yep.
The cool fucking thing is it's not live.
Yeah, that's true. Cut.
I feel like doing them live, though, will be cool. Once we get to that point.
It'd just be difficult.
It's not live.
No.
No. You thought this was live?
Like the B words were climbing.
No, man. Does that make you feel better though?
Like, I mean, yeah, I guess a little bit, but then
So
we're live. But we're not live.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of thought we were. I don't know.
No, I get it.
no, you're good.
It makes sense.
That would have been crazy though if we were like
We could do it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
We could pull it off.
What a throw!
You just
Okay, let's
literally
get
have
it.
to think before you talk.
But anyways, no, the part that I actually wanted to get to though was like your experience in carpentry. Like, so I know you'd said that you'd like went out and tried to do a carpenter
so my
job.
grandpa was a carpenter and was a BA for the carpenters, and so he got me like a letter, or like he knew a guy and got me like a letter of intent. And so like that means you can like work on the union job site and like I had to pass a drug test and do like the physical test, like go to like some place and like carry like a crate with like like weights in, like shit like that, just to make sure like.
okay,
So I did all the tests and stuff. I just wasn't like, I didn't get sworn into a union or anything like that, obviously.
Right.
And so it was a job site at a Walmart, and it was a night shift, which was crazy, and it was like not only are you like you gotta get used to staying up, and then. But it's like the sleeping is what's crazy, is because the next day it's like you don't want to do anything, like you have no next day, like you're sleep, you come home, you're sleeping all day, and
It's
you wake
literally
up, eat
work,
dinner,
sleep,
shower.
work.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what it feels like, and you get lonely as fuck because you don't see anybody.
That's
I
what
had
it
to
feels.
do it for like 6 months.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
what I'm
overnight
saying. That's
work.
what it felt like. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You're like, this is.
I did
You're in
4
another
tens.
world. You're in your own shit. I'm like,
Exactly.
you feel like
Never see the sun.
Yeah, you feel like you're in some like different society or something.
Definition
Yeah,
of
I've
a
never had
night
something
owl.
like that.
Yeah,
I bet that is
exactly.
crazy.
So seriously,
I
like
bet that fucks up
for
everything.
6 months, the only time I got to see the sun was like 2:30 because it was over winter.
Yeah.
It was the majority of
Fuck
it.
no, it's just,
So seriously,
fuck no.
2:30 to about 4:30 on my drive to work. Like so 2:30
yeah, there was
to
a little
4.
bit of sunlight on the way down there.
And I would get to see the sun and the sunset ish, but then I was in the building working and we were doing 4 tens. So we'd start at like 4 and then we'd get off at like whatever 2:30.
Fuck.
And yeah, it was fucking ass.
See, I would
hated
I would
it.
be cool with that though, because then it's like, yeah, you're starting like late, but like getting off at 2 in the morning, like I could still go home at.
Yeah,
I
one
could
night he
get-
picked me up.
I could get home at 3 in the
Yeah.
morning and like have a good night's sleep, be up by 8:30 and be like absolutely fine. But like, so and then I was working there, and then it was just a whole mess. And so it was like Labor Day, and long story short, like only me and one of the carpenters showed up on a crew that was like maybe 6 to 8. It was less than 10 for sure. It's for sure less than 10. Yeah, probably like 6 to 8 more so, like 8 max for sure. And me and only one other dude showed up, and we had to like do drywall, and like I know drywall is pretty simple and self-explanatory, but that's one of the things, if you don't do it, and if you've never done it, and then it's one of the things that if you're under the pressure too, it's like fuck.
Right,
It's
right.
like it's just that much harder and like more frustrating, I guess. And then so we, we were doing it. I mean, one other dude, I wasn't, I was like, fuck, this just sucks, but I was just doing it. And then you got the head dude that like oversees all the trades,
The foreman
Yeah,
or the
he's a-
superintendent?
the superintendent, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, being a fucking dick, and you're just like, he's some older, and you're just like, I mean, you get it, he's got, he's ran work for years, he got some young kid, doesn't know anything, just kind of like causing him a headache, but it wasn't even causing him a headache, he was just like, just being on my ass, but like, I mean, I'd be pissed too if my crew didn't show up and stuff and whatnot, and so that was a whole fiasco, so I just, I did my shift, whatever, and I literally I knew when I left that day, I was like, I'm not coming back here, and I was just like,
Did you tell anybody?
no, no, not anyone there. No, I just went home and I told my grandpa, I was like, I'm not going back. I'm sorry. And then I just called the dude that got me the job, and I was like, hey, I was like, sorry, it didn't work out, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That was kind of just that. And, but I was like, respect to people that do that. I mean, them any trade that like that, any union trade. I mean, I guess any non-union trade too. I mean, it's just like work. I
It's
mean,
blue collar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any blue collar. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's like respect. I mean, like,
It's demanding.
yeah, I mean, yeah, my God.
Yeah, man. Because a lot of the shit, like what people don't realize is like when you think construction worker, you think like dumb or like people who just didn't, dude. But you gotta, it's
No.
just it's
You
just
have-
as
you
mental
have
as
to
it
have
is
a-
physical, man.
You gotta
And
have
that's like the hard part about it is like when you get home at the end of the day, man. I mean, you're just fucking shot. Like it's so hard to have extracurricular stuff, and to be like involved in things.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
dude, Kalen plays fucking softball.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wednesdays and Thursdays, and he's on an adult league.
Soccer.
Dude, I couldn't even do that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Yeah,
but-
like when I was doing jujitsu, and then it's like, when you then add work into the mix, and it's like you're lucky to get like
True.
2 days a week.
So what was jujitsu like?
Yeah, how was it?
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu's fun, dude. I love it. It's just one of the things, you come home from work and you're just like tired. You're just like, I just want to stay home. And then it's like, especially, you get a girlfriend and then you're like, so then it's like, now you come home, then it's like, because, like I still want
Yes.
to work out and like lift weights and stuff. So like, you know, it's like you come home, you want to get a quick workout in, it's like push-ups, sit-ups, just some stuff with dumbbells, and then it's like then you kind of want to relax for a minute, and then you gotta, if there's not dinner, you gotta, at least find something. Or you not necessarily cook something, but at least just find something around the house, and then. You got your, and then you want to chill for a second, and then it's like you got a girlfriend or whatever, want to go hang out with them, or it's like,
hey, let's not forget the after work shit that takes 40
that's what
minutes.
I'm saying. There's after work shit.
Yeah, that's
There's
the first time you get to sit
for
down.
Sure. There's
Yeah.
after work shit that's at least it's 10 to 20 for sure. It could even be 30, but I mean that's stretched.
It depends if TikTok's
shower-
Depends how
warming
shitty
up,
the
man.
day is.
dude. Yeah,
or how tired I am. Honestly, sometimes I'll just sit there and be like, I'm done. I know I'm done.
dude, it's the
but I'm
first
not
time that
getting
you
up.
get to
I'm not getting
sit.
up.
Like, yeah.
Sometimes you don't shit all day at work. You save it just for home, and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, especially when fucking Johnny's, man, fuck them things.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, I have the luxury at least like 22 buildings to at least like find somewhere to poop in. What's terrible is sometimes you go in the bathroom. It's just like being in school trying to poop again because you're in a teacher's bathroom that the door out here is the hallway, and there's you're in a high school and kids are banging next to the door, and you're like, I feel like I'm in high school again. You're like, this is horrible. Like,
True.
Like,
because we're at this weird in between stage where like I still feel like a kid.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
But to everybody else, we look like grown ass men.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
walking around,
Yeah.
I was getting confused as like a high school student. They were like, take off your hat, and I'd be like, turn around, and like I have my badge, and like, sorry. So like I was like, I have to grow a beard or something. I was like, I have to at least I have to at least try to do something. Like I was walking around clean face. I was like, this ain't working.
True.
I was like,
Damn.
Yeah, but you got the beard to grow good.
yeah,
looks fire.
good start.
Yeah,
I mean,
came in.
first one.
So you were gonna ask now, and then you're doing the maintenance stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's cool.
Doing general HVAC maintenance, I would say, because I'm not like, we don't do anything crazy, but I mean, we definitely work, especially in the warmer temperatures. It seems like now it's like
So everything
nonstop.
goes wrong.
Yeah.
in a warm-
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
when the kids are gone. I'd imagine that's like goat time.
Well, exactly. You would think
You
like,
get
oh, the
more
kids
done.
are gone, now it's laid back. But yeah, you got to do all the stuff that you wanted done during the year, or that
Right.
needed to be done during the year. Yeah, you do that in the summer.
You getting everything ready for that next year?
Yeah, exactly. You're getting everything ready for next year.
Yep.
Or everything got broke during that year. That was like a major job you couldn't do. Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like since it's been warmer, we haven't stopped moving.
Yeah, that's insane. So I guess it would take a lot of fucking people because Fox is huge.
No, you think it's me and one other guy?
Really?
Yeah.
But is that just for HVAC or is
Yeah,
that
so
maintenance?
Really?
Yeah, but that's just see we do. That's what I'm saying when I say I do general maintenance for like general HVAC maintenance. We're not if there we'll have multiple work orders, and if there's a compressor that needs changed, you know what I mean. We'll call it HVAC company, and we'll contract that out. So
That
they're
makes
doing
sense.
it, and we're
Okay.
on to the next one.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff it's simple. If it's stuff that's gonna take 4 hours, half a day, and if we don't have time, no, we won't do it. If we do have time, yeah, we'll do some compressor change out. I haven't done one yet personally at Fox, but no, I know I will do one. But like right now, it's been so busy. We contract stuff out. But no, I mean, if it takes maybe 2.5 hours, if we know we can get it done, we'll get it done. But
Yeah. So like, is this something that that you want to do, or are you looking into exploring other careers, or?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, it's one of them things. It's just like I feel like if I double down on it, I could for sure do it. But I mean, it's just I don't. It's one of them things. When you go to school, they don't tell you what do you want to. They don't. You don't. They. I don't know. You kind of. I always thought like you just graduate, then it was just like you were just I don't know somehow gonna slide into some job and like that's your career, or like go to school and like you just know like that's what's gonna be your career choice,
your path.
But I don't know. I mean, just I don't know. Hopefully something just comes up or arises.
Yeah.
I really don't. No.
No, I feel that. I feel like most people don't know like 10,000% where they're gonna end up as far as a career
No,
There's
goes.
always
you know?
opportunities.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially
Like
right
new
now.
stuff always comes up. Yeah, especially right now.
And I'm in a weird in between stage because I thought that this would be something that I would carry on for like, as a career, retire and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like, I know it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I
Really?
just, oh, absolutely not.
Why not?
Dude, there are so many different reasons. Like I could sit here and go on and on, but
Well, looks like the short story.
I'd say short story. The work itself isn't bad.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm.
I mean, some days, dude, are
Well,
just
yeah, I mean, yeah.
complete shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just takes everything. I'm fucking walking in here looking like I worked at a coal mine all day because I was at a steel factory running fucking wires above where they're welding steel all day. Like,
yeah,
dude,
you're
it's
getting
just
that nasty stuff.
yeah. And some days are worse than others, but I don't know, man. I just know that like I have this feeling inside that I'm worth more. Like I want to do more. You know, and that's kind of what this like shoot your shot at this dude because you know just to touch people or like highlight different things. That's the whole reason that this started was having guests on of different day-to-day lives and giving perspectives of everything that you just don't hear about.
Yeah,
For that literal reason because I mean dude, if you're chilling in high school, man, and you're watching podcasts and you're watching YouTube and you stumble across something and then like you just so happen to see something that piques your interest, like this podcast, like you're on here talking about HVAC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that would get some kid thinking maybe, or like just even an adult, anybody, but just shedding light on those day-to-day things that each different person does.
And plus,
Dude,
you don't think about them day-to-day things.
Yeah.
Especially
Nobody
when
thinks about the trash man.
No.
But I'm sure he's got fucking cool-ass stories of some shit he found. Or you know what I'm just saying? Or just shit days. Or like, oh, this is kind of worth it because blah, 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 and I love it, and here's why.
The trash man's definitely found some shit. If he didn't if he didn't find anything cool, that'd be a bummer. Like, you know, something good's got to fall out. Like,
dude, or a gas station clerk. Like, I go in, I get a beer, I get an energy drink, whatever.
That dude knows the community, like probably.
Yeah,
like,
but he's
like
dude.
no other.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably seen the same 6 people every morning. Like,
wow, people really like these right now.
Yeah, exactly, dude. There's just a certain community.
He knows more about society than a lot of people
exactly.
Like, these
he knows people
cigarettes
by
are the
fucking
shit,
names
you know?
By names, where they live. He sees their ID. He knows everything.
Dude, it's just it's crazy perspectives that really just truly wanted to be highlighted. And that was kind of the cool thing, like, that we all kind of agreed with. Because honestly, what happened was we hopped into Discord one day, and we were all talking about how our days went for over an hour and a half.
And we're like,
and then
let's start a
finally,
fucking
yeah,
podcast
finally
about
I
it. And we're
said,
like, dude, that's such a
why
good
don't we start a podcast? And then this is literally how it started.
Yep. I think it was literally the next Thursday or whatever. We all came over here.
Yeah, we had like a meeting. We were talking about it.
Just
and,
just game planned it.
yeah, tried. And we're like,
It took time.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
a lot of time.
To even get
Definitely
to where
like
we're
a
at
couple
now,
months
and it's-
before we even recorded anything, but we were still here every day.
Yeah,
We're, like
'cause
every week, like getting our mics, making sure. Like,
The
Yeah,
consistency
right.
was the big part,
Yeah.
just doing it every week.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
taking time out of your
That's
out
the
of your
biggest
day,
part.
out of your
yeah,
week.
the commitment, man.
Yeah.
It's just like any high school sport or like doing jujitsu or you know,
Anything, any
yeah,
extracurricular
exactly.
activity
Yeah.
that's not work. Yeah, you don't even realize it's after work. It's like doing
It's work.
something.
Well, I feel like that's where I'm at, man. I feel like I'm tired of looking at everybody else obviously working their ass off, but getting to a point where they're not working their ass off. Like they're in control of their lives.
Yeah.
Because I feel like too many people, man, are just stuck into this process of living for other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
I
definitely.
just don't want to be that person. And whether that be through electric, whether that be through picking up garbage on the side of the road, this podcast, like whatever it is, man, I just want to be in charge of my own life at the end of the day, truthfully. Because, I mean, think about that. 40 hours a week, bro, of your life, and that's not even if you work overtime,
fucking more
is
than
given to
that.
something else or somebody else or somebody higher who gets to make money while they sleep. And why couldn't it be me?
It's very true. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when you think about it, like at the end of the day, there's someone that's waking up in like satin cushions and stuff, and like that is like like
Not
waking
saying
up.
that they didn't work their ass off to get to
Yeah,
that
that's
point.
what I'm saying. They had to do something
Because they had to do something.
but maybe they didn't.
But you're going to miss
Yeah.
100% of the shots you don't take, man. And it's just like a multiple choice question. Are you going to leave it blank or are you going to at least put a C and hope you get it right? You got a 1 in 4 chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You at least gotta
You
do
know?
something.
And that's the whole thing of like taking a stab at a career because, dude, nobody knows the answer. Nobody has to live your life besides you. And that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And I know plenty of people are like that. Like my dad, for example. He goes to work and whatever. And for the most part, he's got an all right job and
Yeah.
the whole nine. But he's just unhappy. And I just don't want to be unhappy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, it's just work. But it's like, I feel like our generation's like realizing it's like, it doesn't like, you know what I mean?
Doesn't hurt to try.
Wonder
something.
what's still working,
exactly.
dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
Feel
like,
bad. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, you're not going to be able to control everything. I mean,
No.
you're just not. It's not.
No.
It's not that easy. But you know, and that ties back into what we were talking about before, as far as like, okay, great, I'm done with school. Let's get it now. I want this. I want this. I want that. But you
it's-
completely missed the 20 years it took your grandparents or parents or 40 years to get what
you
they
don't think,
have,
you don't
dude.
think
And that's
about
just
that
it.
at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
That's the thing is you're just like, you're
Yeah.
like, why can't I be a stat? Like, I want to be at the point where I'm going to work. Like, I'm cool going to work, But when I come home, I want it to be like my nice house that I'm on.
Yeah.
Anyway, my nice house is
Like,
my place. It's already
yes.
established.
The lawn gotta be
Yeah, but you
cut,
don't think
dude.
about all the like.
The lawn already be cut.
Exactly. You don't think
Dude,
all
all
that.
that shit.
Exactly. Oh shit, I'm out of toilet paper now. I gotta go to the store and
That's
get
what I'm
some.
saying. Stuff like
Yeah.
that, like
Dude.
buying deodorant, buying toothpaste, buying.
I'm buying our frozen
It's all the
foods.
little
you
shit.
Yeah,
know?
buying foods for work. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't,
All
you
that
know, I'm
shit.
not just gonna eat all that. Like, I want stuff I want to
Yeah.
eat at work, so I have, I gotta buy that stuff. That's what I'm saying. You don't think about stuff like that. And then when you spend your own money on it, you're like, whoa.
Like, fuck.
Dude,
matters
And then you
more.
think
It was
about-
always
It matters
there
more.
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
That's
I'll
what
be
hit
honest,
me.
man. I'm not
It
going
is
out.
fucking
I'm not
more.
buying Jordans. I'm not buying Nikes. I'm not
No,
buying
that's
name
what I'm
brand
saying,
shit
like-
all the time. Like, I'm looking for a deal, and if it looks good, it looks good, dude.
Damn. Fuck.
Not it.
No. It's fucking. Ooh.
You want to know the bush?
Yes, please. Holy.
Yes,
So you've been listening to music. I know you went to that concert. How was that?
What concert? Oh, the fucking Tyler Childers concert? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking, dude. It was a fucking night, dude. I
Mhm.
spent an unholy amount of money, like a sickening amount. Like,
How did you see him there? Or did you guys just like randomly out of
me and
nowhere?
Amelia were sitting there, just literally just bullshitting, and then I heard, I don't know, my name or someone like tapped me. I heard like my name. I turned around and I was looking at my Grant face, and then it was him. Grant was like right in my face, like, hey, dude, like, you know, like,
you know how Grant does.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
how Grant does, dude.
Yeah, and then it was just them two, and then we were just all bullshitting.
Yeah,
not
we
even-
were
not
we were
even
no
10 feet
farther
behind me.
than where I'm at and where Gavin is. And
Yeah.
Grant and I,
That
Closer
is
for sure.
crazy.
Closer
Grant
for
and I
sure.
were just on the fence, and I just got done saying we got to find somebody we know.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, we're drinking our beer, and I guess Grant just looked up
Yeah, I
and
think
saw
he just
fucking
saw
Connor.
me. Yeah.
And then we just went over there, dude, and then everything else is
cool.
fucking.
That's funny. I literally was saying the same thing to my girl. I was like, there were these group of like guys, and they're like from like 30s to like 40s, and they were all laughing, having a good time. Like, oh, you cocksucker, like having a good time. And I was like telling me, like, they had a few of them had their girlfriends. I was like telling her, I was like, man, I wish we had friends. And literally like a couple minutes later, I was like, you guys bumped into us, and I was like,
Damn,
no
that's
shit.
cool.
Dude, it just
Yeah,
worked
that's
out.
funny.
Yeah. And then I finally, like, halfway through Tyler Childers, I was like, you guys want to go to the casino?
Yeah, and then the casino idea got sparked up, and I was like, I've never been. And then, so
I've never been either.
what was the casino we tried going to? Because that one's a fancier one, right? We tried going
Well,
to. We went to
we
Hollywood,
we
right?
were supposed to go to Hollywood. That was the whole
Which
plan.
one did we go? I thought we went to Hollywood.
We did end up going to Hollywood, but in the car, the whole misdirection thing.
See, I thought there was two casinos. I thought River City.
Yes.
River City's the one that's like the huge one on the
No,
river.
that's
No, that's
Ameristar.
Ameristar.
That's where
So,
I thought
but
we were
Grant
going.
put it in his maps fucking wrong, and we were supposed to go to Hollywood. So that's where the whole car mix-up
So, but we
thing
went
happened.
to. I thought we tried. See, I don't. Yeah, something happened. I know something happened in the directions, but I thought we were trying to go to the fancier one, and then we were like, oh, something happened. Then we just said, fuck it. Yeah, traffic was crazy, I think, still.
Yes,
So we said,
traffic was
fuck it, and
insane.
just went to
we
the
were
one.
trying to get to the gas
Yeah,
station.
and,
and it took like
and I was telling you
Yeah.
guys, I was like, dude, just go right. There's one here. And you guys were like, you sure? I was like, there's another casino right here. I'm like, just trust me and make this right.
Yeah.
And then we were at.
Dude, I just
Yeah,
shut the
that
fuck
sounds
up and
fun.
I was along for the ride. I had beer, I was chilling.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I was
Dude.
remember the System of a Down came on, and I was fucking screaming
Yes,
the one
yes,
part. Dude.
yes,
I
dude.
remember that, and I was like,
It was
holy-
crazy, bro. And we couldn't find their car because the amount of
Yeah.
fucking people,
Yeah.
dude,
So
was insane.
me and my girlfriend,
It
we
gets
go to the
overwhelming
fucking
there.
concert. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows the Hollywood amphitheater. It's just
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's just a big open parking lot. Obviously,
Uh-huh.
it's a fucking
Yeah,
concert
yeah,
venue.
It's huge.
And dude, literally, me and my girlfriend, we just get out of the car, we just walk in. You ready? You good? Lock the door, car just going. Don't look where we're at. I didn't look at a flag or nothing. Didn't look. I didn't. not
The
a
only thing
clue
that
where
was
we
said
were.
all night was we're by a porta potty.
Which we were. I swear to God, we was a porta
Yes,
potty.
it was.
2 space
It
next.
was.
Yeah.
But there are at least 60 porta potties.
Yeah, there's 60 porta potties out there. I mean, it's just huge. I mean, it's absolutely huge.
Damn.
Say the parking lot's like probably
Dude, it's
arguably,
ginormous.
arguably bigger than the venues.
Yeah, because isn't
venue
that where the
floor
Logic
space.
concert was at?
Yes.
Yeah.
That place was fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so
Yeah.
that was a whole debacle. Even that was after the concert, before the
We
casino.
looked for at least an hour.
But that was like prime being. I wouldn't say prime, but that was like either right before or just getting into prime of being fucked up. Of like, and not even fucked up, but I mean definitely under
Just
the
like hidden.
influence.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, had a couple
Yeah.
beers for sure, a couple tall
Yeah.
boys.
It
you
was
know.
the hotel
Yeah.
room was the turning point. Yeah.
That cold pizza
And
was
it-
fire.
yes.
I've been
Yeah,
thinking about
dude, it
that.
wasn't
That
bad,
was
wasn't
good.
bad.
Where is that from? Was it
Papa
John's?
John's, dude.
I figured.
Because I was there at the hotel room. I got off early that Friday, so I was at the hotel room 2:30. I'd already been checked in, took a nap, masturbated. I'm just kidding.
talked to Buddy Wackett.
But no.
Pamela
Had to wait for
Anderson.
Grant to get off work.
Yeah, seriously, I was waiting for Grant
Mm.
to even like I was there from like 2:30 to 6 just by myself, chilling.
Oh shit.
And then we went to the concert. Then we couldn't find their fucking car, so we walked back, and that was cool as fuck.
Yeah, then we walked back.
Dude,
That was
it
fun.
wasn't that bad. People were tossing beers at us.
It was fun. Oh man, I looked back watching videos and I was like, I was drunk. Like I was sitting here saying like I was under influence. Like looking back, I was like, yeah, I definitely had a few.
People were tossing free beers at you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
sick.
Yeah,
I had like 3 or
this
4.
one dude, yeah, he was just like sitting in the car and he was like, hey man, like you could tell he was like fucked up, not sick, but he was like just like he needed to relax. He was like, what's up, dude? We're like, what's up? Like we were talking to everybody and he was just like, you want a beer? And I kind of thought he was joking, and I was like, sure. And no, sure as shit, he's like, told his buddy, he's like, hey man, hand him a beer. And then they just started handing us Busch Lights, and I was like, these country folk are different.
Damn.
So
They
we just
do. They
yeah,
just fucking
they
start
were just
yelling.
like,
we
dude,
pounded the
give
fuck out of that, and by the time we made it to the end of the parking lot, we hit up a motorhome.
No, but then we went to casino, and then that was just cool to be in a casino for the first time.
Mm.
I've never been, and it was just funny. You could tell like people were regulars in there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I mean, like you could like I mean it was cool. Like I mean I was
it was fun.
I mean I was walking. I mean I got videos on my phone. I was walking around like smoking cigarettes.
What do you guys
just,
do?
like-
Just slots the whole time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
just
much.
slots on crazy. I think I only spent $60 in there,
Ain't bad.
but somehow I did spend more. I don't know. It was fucking. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, at
really
least you
don't-
went in there with the
Your
budget.
bank account said
Yeah,
otherwise.
budget. I didn't go
That's
crazy,
funny.
but
I don't
got
blame you.
to,
That's
dude,
what I
or
would
you be
do,
coming
dude.
out
I
there with
would-
no money.
I only lost $20.
That ain't bad.
what's crazy is I won $10, and then so did my girlfriend, and then but that's what they do. They let you win
Yeah,
10, and then,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's
You
the
win
rest.
a pen,
more than
yeah.
$10.
It was like 20. It was like I think we each won over 10.
on your 40, you made back everything you spent at one point.
No, and that's what I'm saying. No, I know I won. I know
Yeah.
I won
No.
like probably like
You were up like $10.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I got up
after
that
the money
much.
you already spent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That
Oh, I
makes
spent.
sense.
I lost money. Yeah. And
Didn't
then
Greg come
and then I
up
made
pretty
it back.
big?
Did at some point.
At
Yeah,
some
because
point
they
he
kept
did.
telling me to sniff out machines, dude, and I called 4 slots
Yeah,
in
he
a row.
did. He called it. He did. He was
4
always
slots in
sniffing
a
them out.
row that hit every time, and that brought Grant up. Grant turned $20 into over 100, and then by the end of the night, we all walked out with nothing.
Yeah, literally. Just
That's how you have
walked
fun, though.
out. I walked out
Oh,
with a free
absolutely.
soda, I think.
Yeah, because
I
they
guess
do
it's
have
even-
free sodas concessions.
And it was
there.
flat as fuck, I was smoking a cigarette at the same time, so it was like not even enjoy. Which I thought was stupid is I'm smoking a cigarette at one machine, which I
Yeah.
don't smoke cigarettes by the way. It was just
Yeah, just
you know,
Yeah,
like,
I was there.
everyone's
Yeah,
around,
I was
you
there.
know, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
partying, I was like, fuck,
It
you
is
know, on
what it is.
occasion, whatever. Seems to be happening more frequent, but whatever. And so then yeah, I'm in there smoking cigarettes with the fucking flat soda, and I'm just like, this is. But anyway, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm at a machine there smoking a cigarette, and this machine says no smoking, or so I'm like,
And the
obviously you can't
machine
smoke
next
there.
to it.
Then the machine 5 feet away is no smoking. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Yeah, you can
I'm
basically
so-
smoke at one machine. You can't
yeah,
smoke
no,
at the other.
yeah, I'm
What
so
the fuck?
yeah, I'm so confused.
That place is stupid. That place is stupid.
Yeah, I'm like sitting
the
there, and
other
she's like,
casinos
technically
are
you're not
rooms.
supposed to smoke here, and I'm like, I mean, I didn't say anything obviously, but I wanted to just like get up and like scoot
Yeah.
4 feet back and be like, you know what I mean?
It
Yeah,
was
that's
that
so
dumb at
fucking
that
stupid.
casino, but like any other casino is by room.
And then there was Pad Thai.
Oh.
Pad Thai. I wanted
Yeah, the Fat Thai.
Pad Thai.
It was Pad Thai, but it was PH, so we kept calling it Fat Thai, dude, and they were shut down.
Oh.
That part did kind of suck because
Well,
I
fuck,
had
it was 2 something in the morning. At this
we didn't
point.
even leave until 3:30.
Yeah, that's what I was
Damn.
saying. I don't know what time I got home. It was for sure 4 something.
That's a late night.
Oh, I
we
know,
didn't
it's-
even leave the casino until 3:30.
I mean, it was a long night. Then we got an Uber home, and I fell asleep in my Uber. I
Did
was
you?
laying head down.
Yeah, that was a nice ass Uber. You could tell that dude did it for a living.
You appreciate service.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking, that's probably. I mean, he's probably never been out here. I mean, I don't know where he's from, but I mean, he's from the city. He probably might never been out here.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Might have been
Like,
scared
where's
getting home.
fucker taking
Fuck.
True. You know, it's like the one dude that you were with who you guys went to Washington or something. And he was like, yo, I've never been here before.
That we had some guy who grew up in the city, and we would literally go out to like Barnhart, like down here. Not even. He's like, I ain't been out this far.
Dude,
And
it's
we're
so
like,
weird.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
It's
even.
20 minutes.
Yeah, but people north of the Merrimack, seriously,
They
like,
don't come. There's no
like,
reason to come down.
yeah,
here.
No.
exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Down
It's
south,
the
like,
same for
We
us.
have no reason to go north. Like, I
Exactly.
don't know what's up there.
when it
Like,
comes to the city, I'm the same fucking way.
I have
I'm like,
no idea.
what the
I don't know
hell
what's
is it?
past the Cardinal
Unless you take
Stadium.
him
Gavin.
home. Unless you take Gavin home.
I don't
Gavin
know.
got booted to South City.
Isaac lives up there now. Yeah,
Really?
Really?
he has his own crib or something. He was telling me at Jared's cabin. He was like, I got my own
okay.
crib.
Really?
Yeah, he was like telling
Good for him.
telling me like how he manages his money and shit. But he was saying he got his own crib. I was like, what the fuck?
It's hard
That's
to live
awesome.
in by yourself.
What did you?
Dude, if you want to do it, you can totally do it, man. It's just,
It's just you're not gonna be
You're
gonna
not
be
gonna be-
saving much.
and you're not going to be comfortable
Yeah,
the
I
way that you
just
want
don't
to
want to do something stupid.
be. Dude, it just,
I wouldn't want to rush moving out just to
Yeah.
like
Don't.
be out I would rather just save the money and like
Yeah.
live
Do
at
it.
home. Like,
Yeah,
why
if
not
you can
live
live
at home?
dude, just live at
Yeah.
home, man.
Stay there as
There's
long
no
as you
shame in
fucking
that
can.
game at
No,
all.
people live. You think people like move out, and like when you think of people, even our parents, you think like they moved out like the day they turned 18, started working.
Some
It's
people
like,
do,
some people do, some people
Yeah.
do now, even though you know what I'm saying. That still happens. So
but
it's
their
like,
life is shit.
a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? A lot of people stay at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh,
Like,
Do
that's
it
not-
as long as you can.
Yeah, I'm not saying stay
Dude,
at home till you're like
fucking
30.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
like, man,
yeah,
you got
take,
till,
take your time,
dude, if your insurance runs out at 26, stay at home till you're 26.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got time, but yeah, by 30, you know, like you want to have something figured out, or you
Oh,
want
absolutely,
to be at the
absolutely,
you want to be at the door
absolutely.
doing it, like you know, ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like stay home forever, but yeah, I mean, you know your time.
Just take
I mean,
your
you're
time.
yeah,
That's all it is.
it'll come to you. It's just like finding that career. I mean,
Yeah,
shit will just work out.
yeah.
You know, opportunities will present themselves for sure.
That's the one thing you learn about growing up. Is everyone's been through the same. Not everyone's been through the same stuff, but there's someone that's been through the same stuff that
Yeah.
you're going through
Yeah.
and doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like working, trying to balance working. You know what I
And
mean? Like
life.
that's what I'm saying. Everyone's done it. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what's cool is getting older is the camaraderie of, you know, it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Well, oh, it's my Monday. You know, it's kind of funny. Like when you get older, you notice stuff like that. Is that
Mhm.
Everyone's in the camaraderie of just getting through to the weekend
Mhm.
or just getting off work.
Just a break or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited.
And
to
we're
go
at like a
home.
weird transition too, because like some people have 9 to 5s, fucking 5 days a week, and you're off on the weekends. But then
Yeah,
there's
then other-
also the
yeah.
exact opposite where you're doing that food industry type shit where you're working all night and the weekend.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying?
Or
So
you're
it's just-
working like 3 days off, one or two off,
mhm.
you know, and then the net on 4. Like, but I would rather just know my schedule. Like, that's what I like about my schedule. Like, I clock in at 6:30 and I get off at 3. It's like I know, like obviously I'm not gonna
It's
get
easier to
nothing done
plan,
in the
dude.
morning, but
Yeah.
I know I can wake up in the morning, go to work, and then I can still, if I have to get something done in the day, I still can.
Mhm. Yeah, you can just plan around it.
And
Like,
still get a good night's sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Get my 8 hours. You gotta get to 8 hours. That's definitely an important thing.
it is an important thing.
Or at least you got it's 6 to 8. It's 6 to 8.
I was
mean,
about to say
really,
6 to 8
6 to 8.
hours.
Like if you're getting
Yeah.
6 minimum, but if you're
I
getting
will
less
say
than
though,
that-
7 hours makes me groggy.
really?
Yeah, like if I sleep 8, I'm fine. If I sleep 6, I'm okay. But if I sleep 7 hours, I'm groggy.
Maybe it's just the odd number.
Well, they
Yeah,
say
that's
that there's like a sleep cycle. So like every 90 minutes you go like in and out of deep sleep, or there's a transition. There's something they call it something. Can we look it up?
Maybe that's just when yours is.
Is it in and out of REM sleep every 90
Yeah, I think that's
minutes?
what it
Yeah,
is,
it's something
yeah.
like that.
That makes sense.
Because I know there's tiers of sleep, but then I know that there's also a rotating. Because there's a few people like Albert Einstein did this, where you sleep for 90 minutes and then you wake up for X amount of hours, but that 90 minutes is just as good as if you were to have slept 2 or 3 hours.
What the fuck?
Like there's a weird the way your body and your brain and the sleep transition of doing these kind of things. It's super interesting, but anyways, long story short, yeah, I feel like that 7 hours for me is that weird lull
it's
where
probably-
I'm
it's probably
waking
just
up
interrupting your
in my
schedule.
deepest part of my sleep,
Yeah,
that REM,
exactly.
like so my morning it just takes me forever to wake up.
You guys still have dreams?
No.
I dream sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I do sometimes.
Sleep.
I feel like I don't like because we smoke and shit, so it's like you don't really, or at least
True.
if you do have dreams, you don't remember much.
Yeah.
True.
You might remember like something.
I
when you
remember
wake up.
having it, but I don't remember what it was.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember. Like, yeah,
Exactly,
exactly. I remember I had a
The
dream.
only time I have a dream that I like remember and know is if I take like a good ass nap.
Yeah.
Like if I'm taking a nap sober and I'm waking up sober and it was like a 3-hour nap, like one of them good ones where you're like, what day is it?
I don't know. Sometimes I notice myself. I dream a lot more when I smoke before I sleep.
Really? Dude, some people say that. And like some people say, oh, when I smoke weed I have the craziest dreams, or when I smoke weed
So,
I
yeah, I've
don't
heard people
have
say
any
that
dreams.
too. Yeah.
So it's like, what is the science behind that? I am curious, I wonder.
I don't know.
I
It's,
don't know.
it's
It's track a
strange
bunch of
shit.
stoners sleeping.
The stoner sleep, dreaming.
The stoner sleep study. You could probably get a bunch of people to do
Dude,
that.
I'm
pretty
sure
easily.
I'm sure it's already been done.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Dude, there's just so much out there that we just don't even know about. Like them testing LSD on people without them even knowing, like the
Oh, yeah,
the
that's-
CIA.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they used to set up like it's not a sting house, but it was like a whorehouse
Yeah.
or like a hippie house,
Yeah.
and it would be all 100% controlled.
By the government, and then
Yes,
yeah,
it
people
was
would
the
be coming.
CIA.
Yeah,
dude.
people would be coming through thinking it's just like a party house, and like it's
Mhm,
actually like some
mhm.
dude.
Did you hear about
giving
this
up-
on Joe Rogan?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, but,
Yes.
I mean, there's tons. I mean, yeah.
Dude, it's insane. And they literally they would slip these people LSD and they wouldn't even know. Like, oh, this is, and they would watch them through like two-way
it
mirrors
called
and
something.
shit.
It was like a
Man.
project. Something
Yes,
or
yes.
something like
But
that.
then the entire thing, like, they tried to bury it forever. And then there was like a whistleblower came out. I heard about this on Joe Rogan, dude. But then that prompted me to start looking into like a bunch of other things.
Well, yeah, they did a whole bunch of stuff in the military, like with LSD and stuff. They thought it could like mind control and shit
Mhm.
like that, and it's like,
Dude, there's been different programs as far as like making a superhuman. Like,
Yeah,
There's-
apparently, like Stranger Things is based off of like some kind of experiment over in Russia.
I'd believe it, yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to time travel or some shit.
Dude,
and
Wouldn't
surprise
something
me, honestly.
crazy happened.
there's some crazy shit out there. Now, I don't know. And when you get into that kind of stuff, it's interesting because like if you're a religious person or if you're questioning, like then you start really trying to compare the two.
Yeah.
And like one makes sense and like this is what you've grown up knowing, and then something comes out and it's like, no, seriously, like this really happened, and
Yeah,
blah,
it's
blah, blah.
like,
Like
yeah.
it's hard to place the two together.
Yeah, it's like a gray area because it's
Exactly.
like you're like learning, reading this stuff, and like this new science that's coming out or something. You're like that's crazy. You're like this is like is legit if this is correct information. When it's like you're raised one way different. It's like a gray area now.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just be happening with the more generation.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's because of like online, the media. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Not like the media, but I'm saying like online, social media, like the internet. It's just like we're getting less and less like away from like classic traditions. There's so much information that you're
I was
seeing.
just
You're
about
seeing
to
the
say,
whole
yeah.
world. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like
Dude,
you're
if
not
the
just stuck
internet
to your country town or
Yes.
your city or
Yes.
whatever the case may be.
Dude, yeah, people who are in BFE who have access to the internet. I mean, think about it. The internet is pretty much just a dumpster, and all we do is pour our information into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know, so it's
People
like,
are like surprised to like AI how like real it is and stuff, and it's like that's all the information like from the entire world of like existence of
Yeah.
like since the internet,
Mhm.
since we've been able to put something into a database, that's it, and just reciprocating
Right.
what they think is
Mhm.
correct.
it's literally just a learning tank. We had a podcast we talked about AI.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I seen that one.
How like, dude, it's just crazy because like, I don't know if you got to the part where we showed a couple clips of it, but we were doing like AI generating faces,
What the fuck?
dude. But it
All of them looked real.
insane.
Yeah,
Like
they all
any
look real.
ethnicity, any type, anything that you can think of, and these people looked so real, but they're not actually people.
Yeah, it just looked like regular shots
Dude,
of like
watch
somebody
this.
who works
The
in like
shit
an
will blow your
office or
mind.
something. Or
The
like,
shit will blow your mind.
yeah, it was this.
Yeah,
it was this
right
one.
here. Look at it. Those
They're
are all valid people that I feel like I've
Wait.
seen before.
These aren't real people.
No.
No, it's all AI generated shit.
Like, look at that old guy.
insane.
You
right
can
there,
do like
dude.
a whole bunch of different features.
I feel
A
like a
bunch of
good
shit.
job for that Asian guy, bro.
That's what I was saying. That Asian dude.
Like,
I feel like
dude,
I've seen him.
Like I've seen that
Yeah.
guy in Walmart, 100%.
the one dude with the glasses looks like the Jared from Subway guy.
Yeah,
Two
dude.
down, like
Or like,
yeah.
yeah, it's insane. Like
That's
this guy,
Jared from-
he's your neighbor.
That's like a Hispanic
He could
Jared
be your
from
neighbor.
Subway.
Look, and there's a bunch of different versions of them when you click
Yeah.
on it.
Different
Boy, so-
hairstyles.
Like
It's
different,
so
different way. Yeah, like he kind of looks Asian in the second. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like that's crazy.
But these are not even real people.
It's
so
freaky.
weird.
But I think it was in the Senate, somewhere in the House. They had a meeting of talking about AI, and they're basically saying, like, look, this is so powerful that it needs to be controlled, or else there are going to be serious consequences on this.
Yeah.
And I mean, nobody ever really paid attention to that, or the fact that the Pentagon came out and said that they found aircraft and UFO type materials that have not ever been elements on this earth.
I did see that one. Yeah.
And like that's our government. That's the Pentagon said that, and nobody paid attention to that.
well, they just keep like inching that like alien stuff at you though,
Yeah.
because yeah.
You could go way deep into it, man. I mean, seriously, anything that you could imagine,
Well, like it's cool. Yeah, you can make your own pictures and shit.
anything.
And you can be very specific. You can be like Jesus holding like a donut, like the like
You could.
the fucking one that Homer Simpson likes. Like you know what I mean? Just be like,
yeah, dude, and that's the other thing too is like, when is the scary point is when are we going to be able to determine what is and what isn't? That's just it right there. I mean,
But
I think
think of all like the news addresses from like presidents and stuff. Like
Who knows what they're actually real?
They already have them, dude.
that, or they say they like wear a mask. Like they have actors in there like that's like acting like Joe Biden like under a mask.
Yeah.
Like just imagine if
Duplicates
that.
or
Yeah, that's
something.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean, artists have done it forever, as far as like music artists. and
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying.
Like Kanye going to Coachella when he was all the way up and doing his European tour.
yeah,
and
exactly. That's what I'm
it's just
saying.
shit like that. You have a double and lip sync. But dude, and let's be honest. I mean, if the general public and it's blowing up right now, everybody's known about it for 20 years prior to this. Like AI has been
Exactly.
around.
That's what I'm saying.
And
If
there's
we're just
AI
now
in this TV, dude. So you're telling me that Drake has been using AI in his auto tune for the past 15 years?
Oh yeah.
Like it just, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like a tier of information, and when we find out is when we find
like
out.
we've
but
been using AI, but the term but we're thinking of it isn't like
We're
is how
thinking
AI is
algorithm.
now. Yeah, exactly.
or just something like, oh, the algorithm, but really it's probably just an AI that YouTube or TikTok has used for
Well, that's
10
what I'm saying,
years.
really. I mean, yeah, I guess it's an algorithm, but I mean, what is the algorithm? It's
Video
like
games have
it's
used it
something
forever.
picking it up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, video games when it comes to character. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. And then
think of all the like all the people that are like real. Like I'm saying, they're real. They're real. Like in the video games, like it's a video game. Like obviously, it's not like
Yeah.
Real
Well,
life.
now they're coming out with mods for games, dude, to where they're just AIs. They're like actual AI, so their conversations are endless dialogue. So you can literally sit there and talk to that.
it'll never be
person.
the same.
Yeah. It'll always be
see,
different.
but yeah, I mean, would you like Connor? You keep saying like it's real, it's real.
Yeah.
What would be the point where like we all feel like, okay, this is what
'Cause-
makes a human, and this is what doesn't?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like when like using it as tools, I feel like we'll always like we'll just push it to the extreme. But
Mhm.
like once we start getting like robots for jobs, like then people will be like, what
with
the
like
fuck?
personalities.
that shit's
It's already
Right.
happening once it becomes a point where it's like there's no such thing as like when they're like, all right, McDonald's, like fast food restaurants, we don't need people. Like it's like we come into all food chains. Like then
Right.
people will be like, hey, what the fuck? Like that's
When you pull up to a window,
Yeah.
you're talking to AI.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's never gonna fly. Like no matter how I don't think
You
how
forgot
hard
my
they push
sauce.
that.
Like, how's that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but then again, I mean,
They probably won't forget the sauce, you know.
They won't. I
Well,
mean,
that's
they
what I'm-
can't. It's the computer.
Yeah.
I
He'll
know,
know.
that's what I'm saying. Once it becomes a thing, like if there's no gas station employee, stuff like that, it's like
Yeah.
people like
Well, it's like the
people
West.
need those
Do you
jobs.
know that gas station over off of Seckman Road?
Yeah, that's
That's
fucking. I'm
all-
boycotting that. Fuck that. The gas station. The gas station. That's so stupid. I
Yeah.
went there to get a soda one day, and I like almost tripped over the glass. And he's like, "You need the app," and he's like, "Yeah, put your credit card on it." And I'm like,
I just want a fucking soda.
I'm
I
like,
give
I
you
want a
money.
Dr Pepper, dude. The fuck? Like, I got my money right here. Yeah, so I literally haven't been since. I'm not getting that app. Fuck that. Like that's weird.
No, yeah,
Why
it
do
is weird.
And all
They
their
have-
screens are like they just show you what's
I
in
think
the
they're shifting
thing.
it back to a
They had
regular
a
gas
perfectly
station.
nice gas station. Perfectly nice.
So the
Oh
same
yeah, they
people-
were doing some work down there.
the same. Yeah, they. I think they're changing it back
Really?
because a bunch of people don't like it. It's just it's worth that, and people don't mind paying that shit at all.
No.
It's like it. Well, I guess that example is kind of irrelevant, but like back when I was mowing grass, like before I even had worked for the landscaping company, like I couldn't tell you how many times I was mowing someone's grass and their neighbor would come over, stop me. Hey, we're going on vacation this weekend. I don't have time to mow my grass, and yada yada yada. Will you do that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, $150. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm
$150
saying,
People
man.
just
right there
chalk
on the
money
spot
out
when
of
their neighbor was paying me 40.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they need it done. It's like that Snickers bar at the gas station when you're ready to check out. And you're like, oh shit, I am kind of hungry. All right, $3.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, that they get people like that all day long, and that money is just there for the fucking grab all day long.
You need it done. You need it done.
Exactly. And
They
that's
don't
just
care how
it.
much they
Yeah.
have to pay to get it done
Mhm.
either.
Some people are just like that.
So-
It's that easy, bro. I mean, seriously, you just got to look for those niches, man, and that's all other people are doing.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta find your niche when you're.
Dude, or like
Right.
for example, campers. Nobody. I thought about this idea the other day. When
live
it
in
comes,
a camper.
huh?
You want to live in a camper?
Well, no. But like people who have shit campers, like you can't do anything with them. Junkyards don't want them. It's too much of a mix of shit that it's not worth their fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do let you dump it there, it's thousands of fucking dollars. So
Yeah.
then you're only left with the other option is let it fucking just degrade on your shit, I guess, or try to give it away or something. But what if you started a business that literally only just strictly takes campers, takes all the appliances out, resells appliances, used appliances? Then guess what? Now you have a bunch of used fucking trailers you could sell. You know what I'm saying? Like that camper now has paid itself 15 times over for you.
It's very true. I mean, you could start a bit. I mean, no one else is doing it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. When have you ever heard about that?
No.
Oh, camper disposal. Like that's all junk was. Some guy was like, oh shit, a bunch of people have junk. Nobody else is picking it up.
Yeah, very true. I thought about like a filter business, changing filters for stuff. I mean,
Dude, it starts with look at Andy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a prime
Dude, it's
example,
literally just
honestly.
an idea and a commitment, and that's it, and just consistency. If you're willing to do the work, then dude, everything's there for you.
but,
Like,
but I
it's-
mean, it's just like if you need a service done, you need a service done. It's one of them
Yeah.
things, you know. I mean, it is what it is, you know.
It's pretty true. But hey, man, this has been a good podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it has been a good one.
It was W talking to everybody.
Well, we-
Outro man.
This has been the Day-to-Day podcast. I'm Joey. That's John. That's Julian. And this is Connor. Hope you guys had a good one. Have a good one.
Yep. See ya. Good one. Good one. Sweet.